Welcome to Steve Woodshop. Today I'm going to be talking about the Ridgid 2.0 gear. I started buying this last year. The first one I bought was a small toolbox, and I was so impressed with how sturdy the plastic, hard plastic, ABS plastic. It's just amazing how sturdy these are. The latches are metal, firm. You can lock it here if you want to. Pull it up. This is all rigid. These really add a lot of rigidity to it. No pun intended with the rigid. But this gasket here, I think it's IP65 rated, water and dust. Never had a problem. Of course, most of mine stay in the garage. A big part of it stays in the garage. A lot of it's in my shop where the humidity's not that bad anyway. Very impressed though. This thing's got a little detent where it'll stay open. And we want to close it. These latches, nice and firm. I mean, it is very secure. Up top, I'll show you, I've got a small organizer. All of these have the where you put the half organizer or the full type organizer. They latch in. Just put this is a carrying handle. They also have another carrying handle front. You just click it like that, that locks it in. If you want to remove it, you just pull it down. Very simple. It's not as easy to operate. Sometimes these can be a little stiff. The pack out, you just push the button and pull out on it, very easy. But the reason I got into this, most of my storage is for the wood shop here. I'll take you on a tour of the other shop where most of my consumables are. That's where I really use this Ridgid 2.0. And I've got quite a bit of it in there. Since I'm only using it in the shop and I'm really not taking it out of the shop very often, I've got one in the garage I may take off site, not very often though. The difference is, if you buy a 3-drawer unit for Ridgid, it's $119. You buy a 3-drawer unit like I've got back here from Milwaukee, it's $179. If you buy the rolling cart with the handle and the wheels and the big toolbox, this is a medium toolbox, the larger toolbox. For Ridgid it's $99, and for Milwaukee it's $159. So just those 2 boxes, you save $109 by going with the Ridgid. It's just a great value for it. To me, I'll be completely honest. This is just as, if not thicker and stronger than the Milwaukee. You feel it. It's unbelievable how sturdy this is. So look, I like Milwaukee. I've got some Milwaukee pack out. I've got some right here that I use quite often. But for the money, you can't beat the Ridgid. And not only for the money, if you don't mind this little deal here, how you latch it together, then I just assume have the. Now there's not many accessories. I'm not a big accessory guy. I know a lot of people get on Etsy or 3D print all type of accessories. They're, accessories. They're a Milwaukee fanboy. I'm not a fanboy of anything. I like Festool, I like all my different tool brands, I like Milwaukee, I like Ridgid. I just like value for the money. And for Ridgid, you're getting value for the money. Now let's take a little tour. I'm going to take you to the other shop real quick. Before we do that, I'm a very small channel. I just started 5 months ago on this channel. Every week I'm going to be putting out tool reviews. You can look back at my channel. I've got, I don't know, 9 or 10 of them now already. So please subscribe, let's grow the channel. If you like tools like I do, you're going to like this channel. Let's get at it. Most of my power tools are on that back wall in the wood shop. But my main storage needs are in the other shop. So let's go over there. This is my small shop where I keep a lot of the consumables. And here's where I utilize the
Ridgid Progear 2.0. So let's start with this box here, and I'll show you a little bit about it. This is the 3-drawer box, $119. I have them attached to the wall with the fix and go that comes with them. On this one, top drawer's bench supplies, painting, that's these little cones, bench cookies. Next drawer is the nuts and bolts. I took out the 2 dividers here and just got 1 divider with 3 sections over here. This is large drawer on the bottom is painting supplies. These are my Spax wood screws. This is just more nuts and bolts and larger nuts and bolts. And down here is a larger drawer that's open for future storage. If you go to this wall, this is where I have another 4-drawer unit, a 3-drawer unit, and then I've got some small toolboxes and the large organizers. So I've got 5 large organizers, and I end up having 4 small toolboxes, and down here's a medium toolbox. Over here is the fix and goes. This is how you mount them to the walls. The small box is just mounted here. You just mount this. These are made to go 16-inch on centers. And these boxes, let me get this box larger. So if you look at the back of these boxes, they've got these fix and go cleats. For this particular size box, the medium toolbox, this is the size you would use. You would connect this to the wall 16 inches apart, and they go in just like that. So these 2 standoffs keep them perfectly aligned. As you can see, these are attached to the wall with the same cleat system. Keeps them perfectly level. So these are the medium. This large one is for the large rolling toolbox, and I'll show you in a minute on the garage. It's full of Ridgid tools that we're going to go through. And like I said, this one is for the small box. This is what the small box looks like when it's on the wall. This one just happens to be filled with barbecuing. I got gloves, thermometers, spices, different things like that in here. But it's very solid on the wall. As you can tell, you can't move it at all. These are great systems for hanging on the wall. So let's take a look at what we've got in each one of these. This one I've got marked brushes and roller. As you can see here, I've got just small paint rollers, foam brushes, different brushes. This is strictly for painting. The next one here is marked vac bags. Let's take a look at that. I've got DeWalt vacuum bags. I've got the small Ridgid battery powered. That's the one I've did a video on. This is my dust extractor, the big dust extractor in the large shop. And I've got some different others. So these are all just vacuum bags. Now we get into our first large organizer. And these are all screws. I've got some large 4.5 inch, 5 inch screws, 3.5 inch screws. Any type of wood screw that I need is typically in here or in some of the drawers that I'm about to show you. Now this one is marked table saw parts and circular saw blades. This is the dado insert for the Laguna. Little small skill table saw I've got. This is the dado insert for that. These are dividers that go in this small one. I've got all kind of circular saw blades for the 5 3/8, 6 1/2, 7 1/4. Let's see if I've got anything in here. Nope, nothing in there. So this is all table saw parts and circ blades. Let's continue down here before I get into the drawers. Another large organizer. This one's marked nails. I got finishing nails. I've got some framing nails. Nails for the framing gun. Tapcon nails. Well, finishing nails, things like that. So this is just the nails. This one is marked electrical and plumbing. So I got just different. I've done various projects around the house where I've used PVC. Got some shark bite fittings here. Got the rings for the shark bite. Got the keys for the faucet. So basically, small amounts of electrical and plumbing. This one is marked fasteners. I've just got all kind of different little fasteners in here for drywall fasteners. I've got some different eye bolts, hooks, these molly bolts. So this is just fasteners. Now these drawer units for the shop, I screwed down into the little feet here, into this board to keep them secure. So you can stay secure. Oh, this is a 4-drawer unit I just got. The only thing I've really got in here is sandpaper. I got sheet sandpaper, foam sandpaper. These are my wet dry sheets. Over here, this is my 3-drawer unit. I got more spack screws. These are the smaller spack screws. These are like $3 to $4 at Lowe's. They had them on sale for like 48 cents a pack one time, and I went out there and just bought a ton of them. So when I find stuff on sale, I load up. So these are the small spack screws. This right here is my cabinet parts. Like if I'm making a table, I need some figure 8 fasteners, leg levelers, inserts, different things like that. So all of these are, got some cabinet hinges here, more legs. All this is for cabinet parts and table parts. And then down here, I've got some more screws. I got the big GRK, actually not big, only 1.5 inches, 1 1/4. I got some more screws here. I got Tapcon screws here. I got feet for cutting boards here. More feet, assortment of feet for cutting boards here. And then some more smaller spack screws. So this medium toolbox, I cut a piece of 3/8 plywood, put it down here as a divider. The front section here, I've got rolls from my drum sander. And I've got some belts for the larger belt sander I've got, with some more belts here for the handheld belt sander. Up here I've got strips of sandpaper for the 1/2 inch sander. I got little sheets here for the handheld sander, and then I got a little strip sander here where I got sheets in it. These are all small strips of sandpaper. Down here I've got some 1/4 inch sheets. you know, different sanding blocks here. I've got a lot of these sanding sponges. This is 400, this is 320. I bought 180. I've got, I don't know, 6 or 7 of these sanding. You know, most of the work I do in the wood shop, 75% of it is sanding. That's what makes the difference, is sanding. So I invest in that. Okay, here's the 2.0 in my garage. Get this set up so I can put tools on here. What I like about this system is you can put any of the larger boxes, the drawers, medium box, whatever you want, you can put it on the bottom. Here I've got the 3 drawer on the bottom, the large toolbox on the top. Now typically for storage I'll keep this handle in the lower position. You do want to roll it, or you want to take the base off, pull these 2 tabs in, it pops in and locks. Then if you want to take this dolly off, you simply pull on this, lean up a little, and it just pops right off. When you want to put it back on, you lean it up, and it pops right back on. Then you're ready to take it wherever you want to. On top I keep a half box. In this half box for out in the garage I keep the screws that I need. Assortment of screws. You'll look here, it's got these 2 points. You simply slide the box in there and then you pull up on the latch, click it in. Let's take a look at what I've got in here. I got batteries in this bag. I got the Ridgid 3.0 octane, love that battery. 4 amp max output, 6 amp max output. Should be all the batteries I need for a day's worth of work in this box. I got the Ridgid light. I got the brushless circular saw. This thing is awesome. As long as you get the brushless tools by Ridgid, you can't go wrong. I've got an oscillating tool here. It's brushless also. I've got the hammer drill, brushless hammer drill. Love this drill. Got the brushless impact driver. I actually haven't used this much. I haven't had need for it with the work I've been doing out of here. I've got the brushless jigsaw. And I've got the brushless reciprocating saw. Battery died in my other camera, but I got a backup like I do all my tools. As I was saying, this Ridgid reciprocating saw, this brushless one, it's got the orbital switch on the top. Awesome saw. I know they make stronger ones, better ones, but I tell you what, anything I've ever needed to cut, that thing will cut. Okay, so I got the large toolbox packed back up with all my tools. Just close it. We'll get into the drawer unit below it. Down here I've got the 3 drawer unit. Of course you can unfold these so the drawers will come out. Don't pinch yourself like I just did. Top drawer here I've got reciprocating saw blades, jigsaw blades, everything that I need that's in this top box. I got the accessories down here that I need. Drill bits, driver bits. Second drawer here, I've got sandpaper, because sometimes I'll put in my 5-inch orbital sander in here. I'm sorry. Sometimes I'll put in my 5-inch orbital sander in here. Concrete bits, spacks, screwdrivers, nut driver. And down here, I've got the 18 gauge finish nailer. Got a tape. That's the finish nails with a charging station here. So that's it. That is my garage Ridgid Progear 2 system. There's 2 tabs here. You just push it in, the handle comes up. If you want to take the rolling dolly off, you just pull this lever and push forward. It's easy as that.